WFISD buses picking up students at each individual driveway could be a thing of the past. To save big dollars, the district may convert to hubs or bus stops.
Josh Hoggard spoke with the WFISD superintendent about this today, and he's joining us now with more. Josh.
Yeah, guys, it's no secret that WFISD has been in bad financial shape now for some time, and it's just one of the challenges the district superintendent hopes to overcome. But finding solutions that make everybody happy is proving to be a challenge all its own. Big changes are on the horizon for WFISD that hopefully save the district big bucks.
The goal is to be financially sound, to be good stewards of taxpayers' money.
And changes to the district's plan for busing students to schools is just one of the ways Superintendent Dr. Donnie Lee hopes to balance the budget.
We're looking at innovative ways to reduce costs while at the same time getting students to school safely and effectively.
Several weeks have been spent discussing a three-tier start time for the elementary, middle, and high schools, but that's largely been met with pushback.
What we found is we were going to solve one problem with three-tier busing, but as we went through that process, we learned that we don't want to have 5 or 6 other problems because we solved one.
So with the three-tier idea on hold, district officials are discussing a new option.
For example, instead of a bus going to every single home and picking them up in their driveway, those students would walk a short period of time to a bus hub. The bus would come to the hub, pick up all the students at one spot, thus reducing the need to go all across the community with more buses, more time, more expense.
The idea is still in its infancy, and the details of where the hubs will be and how they'd work are still in development.
It would depend on the routes, the number of kids, and the location.
So where'd the whole bus hub idea even come from?
That is an idea that sprung from the grassroots discussions with the community.
People who live, work, and raise their family right here in Wichita Falls. People like Matthew Boyle.
I grew up walking to a bus stop, so my opinion is I think a location at a bus stop is it's traditional.
But times have changed, and safety is the #1 concern for parents. However, Matthew doesn't think bus hubs present any real threat.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, you're always going to have issues at the bus stop, but other than that, it's just typical kid stuff.
And Dr. Lee said hubs would be in places where parents can be sure their kids are safe.
It would have to be a large, open parking lot that's well lit.
At the end of the day, it's a decision about dollars.
The cost of the buses and the fuel and the drivers definitely drives the majority of the conversations.
And the only way to know for sure if this bus hub idea is a good one is to try it out.
For the next year, 23-24, we're going to experiment with hubs. And if it becomes a great success, we might roll that out district-wide.
Now, like I said, it's an idea that's still in the discussion phase, so there's nothing really set in stone yet when it comes to bus hubs. But make sure that you're following us on Texoma's homepage on social media so you can know the first when these hubs go in, where they'll be, and how that's all going to work.
Okay, we'll see how this develops. Josh, thanks so much for that story.